Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully everybody is well. So just going to bring you a bit of a different video. Obviously I've been doing the weekly wrap-ups and the midweek catch-up, but I'm going to bring you an educational video today, really, just on CRV, what I'm seeing. And yeah, really, just go over everything. I don't know why that's there. Do apologise. Go back. Come on. Right, so I'm just going to bring an educational video. I did just make one on Bitcoin and really what I'm seeing, very interesting. So I'd watch that first before watching this, or if you want, yeah, just watch this first and watch that after. But yeah, if you missed any of the other videos, I will always be saying, look, just go from the start and just watch them in order. I think you're going to learn some bits from each of them, and it gives you a perspective and real seeing and view of what I'm expecting for the coming months. And yeah, just my time horizons really. And yeah, you're going to learn something as well, I think. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you can, share it about, much appreciated. It takes the piss to do these videos, and I have been trying to be consistent. So yeah, much appreciated if you can. Right, I'm going to go in. So yeah, first educational video. I'll be making these on the odd if I feel like I've got something really interesting, got something really. God, my Northern English came out then, didn't it? I've got something interesting to show you. I will be making the videos now. Just want a little disclaimer, just so you know that I'm not talking rubbish. So I was expecting this sharp decline. I've just been so busy. So I've not been able to make the video. So here, before obviously we fell in at shit, I did mention, look, very interested in video on PA, educational vid will be coming in the coming days. Right? Hopefully I'm not speaking too fast, and that was right at this point. Now, the reason why I said that is because if you've seen any of my previous videos, you've seen that I've literally been flipping. I'll be honest, I have been flipping between a 1-2, a 1-2, and this one doesn't go as shallow because obviously you've got underlying buying pressure, so you wouldn't get a huge 1-2. Sorry, wow, that wouldn't work. So you've got a 1-2 and a 1-2. I was saying, look, you could get a 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, something like that. Right? Now, then obviously we was flipping towards right. Obviously we've come to a 2.0 multiple up here. So you've got your impulse, you've come up here, and then this is obviously your high of wave 3. All right, so I'm just going to walk through really what I'm seeing and just really what. There's two ways that this can play out, but I just really want to go through a wave counting exercise and just show you like how the waves look, obviously in time, in distance, in what has the better look, and what I'm expecting in terms of obviously what Bitcoin's going to do as well. So we went from the 1-2, the 1-2, to then obviously the 1-2, the 3, A, B, C, D, E, triangle, then obviously fifth wave, and then back down, right? Then we got this unexpected move, and obviously we came back down. Obviously I was asleep, so that's when I came back on and obviously said, look, obviously very interesting PA. So straight away, you can literally have analysis think you've got something right. You don't have to, you're not putting any trades on, but you think you've got something right. Then all of a sudden you see a wick like that and you come back down. That to me instantly just shows a flat. So you know that this is a wave 1. You know this is a wave 2. Depending on obviously how the sentiment is and how the mass are feeling, I like to see a wave 2 come down to the 0.6, 0.618, the 0.702, and the 0.786. Anything lower, if you start really breaching the 0.786 and the 0.854, look, it can still be a wave 2, but again, we're going probabilities. So the probability of it being a wave 2 is very unlikely. Now you come back and you pretty much perfectly tap the 0.764. So that to me already, you can see that that's a beautiful 1-2. Then you've got your 2.0 multiple of wave 3, and then all this is not, it doesn't look the same as any of this move coming up. Do you know what I mean? Like when we started doing all this, does any of this look like it's going to be inside of that structure? No, it doesn't. It's very different what it looks like. It doesn't have the look of being inside of this pattern. So you can see that wave 3 finished here, and we was expecting a triangle and a thrust. Then obviously we broke out early. So then this is when I'm obviously expecting it to be a flat. So you come down. Obviously when I woke up, we measured it. Where are we? We measured it up, and so you've got your wave A. This is the low. You've got your wave A, that doesn't take it out. So you've got your wave A. Your wave B taps the 1.382, which is what you normally get in expanded flats. Anything over 1.05, a 1.236, a 1.382, in rare cases a 2.0, which is actually what you had in Bitcoin here, if you look. That's very rare. You don't really get more than a 2.0, but this does look like the best count, to be honest. Again, this, like I mentioned in the previous video, I don't want to start speaking about this, but this could not be the count. Like I mentioned in the first ever video, this could be the low, or this could be the low. I mentioned that about a month ago. It's either that's the low, that's the low, or that's the low. We don't really know just quite yet. But yeah, watch my previous videos. But yeah, so obviously you've tapped the 1.382, and then you've obviously got an immediate rejection. And then up here as well, I don't think I'll be able to find it. In fact, I don't need to find it. But if you're seeing, obviously, I was messaging Cred. You probably all know who Cred is. But obviously, here, when I woke up, saying, yeah, obviously, I'm looking at a flat now. And I think, obviously, that's what he was expecting as well, because he obviously put a post up saying that we're going to come back into this region. Now, I'm assuming why he's expecting us to come back in this region is because of, obviously, what I'm assuming as well. And it's just basic Elliott. So looking at where your C wave goes, so you've got a 3-wave for A, another, this is all just a 3-wave move, but it's very just all gobbledygook. A 3-wave move up to B, 1.382, and you get a sharp C. This just looks beautiful, right? So you come down, you've got Fiat A to B, right? What you normally get in an expanded flat, what I like to see is a 1.23, a 1.618, a 2, or a 2.618 multiple. All right, you don't really. I mean, look, you can get a 1.382. This could have finished, by the way. This literally could have finished A, B, C, and we could be going off for our our fifth wave. Now, because of where I'm looking at in Bitcoin, there's two possible ways that this plays out. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to quickly finish off by saying this. So it's either, let's get rid of this. I'll just quickly finish off this first. So this is either the bottom. You're either going to come down here, 1.618, the 2, or the 2.618. Now, depending, this is that rant I was just about to go on when I says I'm going to explain this, is they both incorporate each other. So depending on where this finishes, is telling me if this is a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Depending on where this finishes, you've either got 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or 1, 2, 1. If this comes down to the 2.0, or this comes down to the 2.618 and takes this out, I am under the assumption that this is going to go absolutely parabolic. I would personally prefer what I am expecting, the main count, where this is just a 4th wave. We get the 5th because of what I'm expecting with Bitcoin. And then obviously we come down. But there's obviously the way that you can come up and do a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Now, this looks crazy, but that is a possibility. And if we do come very deep to a 2.0 or a 2.618, I am going to be watching to see if we absolutely explode for a third of a third wave. This wave 4 would be bigger, obviously. Wave 4, wave 5, wave 4, wave 5. And then you've got a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2. But personally, and also I'd love to obviously keep accumulating. So what I do want to see, it's not about what I want to see. What I think is probably the most probable is you do your 1, 2, your 3, your 4, and your 5, and then you come back down. But that's what that's why I also am expecting with Bitcoin to have one more push up and then come back down, right? So with this, what you've got is you've got a deep wave 2, you've got your sideways wave 4. This is also why I'm expecting this to be a wave 3 and a wave 4, because this is obviously different. This is a sideways move from this. So that also gives me the confluence. Plus, this looks like a third wave. This looks like a third of a third. And you're also just missing, I think the 2.0 multiple came in about there. And obviously, you're just missing it, right? What's also very interesting is, if you look at this from the bottom, look at this. This is very, very, very interesting. Wait, let me just put that here like this. How mental is this? So you've got, I could not believe this, to be honest. So this is from the high of wave 3 to the bottom of wave 2, right? You've got confluence on every single level being tapped. You got the 0.382 of wave 3 of the whole wave that I've just showed. You've got confluence at the midpoint because you normally do come to here, which would be the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. Right, in fact, wait, what am I doing here? I've done that wrong. But in fact, I'll just keep it in because you've got the 0.702 down there. So this is obviously your 0.618 flipped, your 0.382, right? Which is this level flipped. People didn't know. Do you know what? I'll just show you because some people are going to be like, mate, what are you on about? So if I would have done it the other way, look, they just flip around, the 0.618, the 0.382. If I'm doing an educational video, I might as well, I mean, get that in as well. So your wave 1, your wave 2, I believe this to be your wave 3. This is your wave 4. Wave 4s normally come back down very shallow. So this is why I'm expecting Bitcoin's bottom to come in shortly, because I'm expecting this to come in shortly. I don't think we come down here. If we do, and you get this up here, up here, up here, and all the way down here, then I assume this to be a 1-2-1-2, and you're going to go absolutely parabolic, and we'll be at $6 in the next couple of months. I think that's the less probable, but I'm not counting that out. I'm expecting that to be wave 3. Wave 4, either finishing off. I really don't want to see this level broke for a wave 4. Anything lower than a 0.50. 0.50 anyway for a wave 4 is, do you know what I mean? You're sort of cutting it fine, especially when you've already had a 0.764 down here for your wave 2, which is normally on my last leg of defense for your wave 2s. So I don't really want to see this be broke, but you could. But yeah, I'll just take these off just to show really. In fact, no, I'll keep them on. But yeah, what I'm expecting is this bottom to be coming in very shortly. The reason being is because you can count 9 nice waves. Nice wave 1, wave 2, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This looks like a third of a third. For me, third of the third, so 1, 2, very short wave 2. But to be honest, you got a very, very short wave 2. It doesn't really matter that that looks like that and it's very sharp, because all this is quite sharp and it all fits within the same pattern. If you've watched previous videos, you've seen, and even what I've just mentioned there actually, when I said obviously it fits in the same pattern, none of this fits in with this pattern. None of this fits in with this pattern, so you know it's a different leg. Do you know what I mean? With all this is all, it all fits. Look, it's all, yeah, it's nice. It all fits in with the same leg. So anything more like this, you could technically say that that's the bottom. Do you know what I mean? And none of this fits in the same leg, but it still looks all right for now. I'd realistically just like to see if we get it. One last tap, which if you mention of a Bitcoin video, I'm either saying that this is the bottom or this is the bottom, and obviously off we go. So you've got your wave 1, 1 leg, 2 leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So you got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 4, and wave 5. So a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and then you've got your extended third wave, which is normally the extended wave, to show 9 waves. And to be honest, this is probably a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be an A, a B. This could even be a C, a D, and an E, and you could just have a big wave 4, a thrust to the downside, and then we're off. How I'm playing this, same as my Bitcoin. The second, obviously, we push above this level, I will be long with a stop loss down here, and I'll be riding the wave up for the fifth. This right here, I could be wrong, and we could come a lot deeper. Either way, it doesn't matter. I get stopped out. That's fine. That's the game. That's the game that we play. And obviously, you've just got to keep breaking. How I like playing it is a break of the previous wave 4 or 1 lesser degree. We could come up, and then we could. I mean, this technically could come up, have an ABC, and then have a third wave, a fourth wave, and a fifth wave and go. But again, it wouldn't have the right look, in my opinion. You don't want this. If it is a 1-2-1-2, right? This is quite big for a second wave. So you, like I said, this is why I'm not ruling out this being a 1-2, a 1-2, and then you're off for your 3-4-5, 4-5. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want to see this be like A, B, and then a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. I think that this 1-2 would be quite small compared to that 1-2. If you've got this 1-2 being a lot bigger than this 1-2, it wouldn't really fit. Again, giving me more confidence and credence that this is obviously a wave 3, because I'm expecting it with Ethereum. I'm expecting it with a lot as well. So I just thought I'd really show you it, really. But yeah, it's just nice to see that obviously I was expecting a triangle. When you got a wick up like this, you can't count a triangle in here. Well, you technically can. You could say that's your A wave, that's your B wave, there's your C, there's your D, there's your E. But then can you really count like 5 waves from here? No, you can't. You've got 1, 2, 3. I mean, you could technically say that you've got, you could technically say that you've got an A, a B, a C, a D, and an E, but again, it just doesn't look right in my opinion. This wave B is massive compared to wave A. I've seen it sometimes, but maybe not that big. It's yeah, it just doesn't really fit. Plus, you had a perfect 1.236, 1.382, and then you got an immediate rejection, which is what I've been expecting. So I think this finishes up very soon. I think we do come to the 1.618. I think this is the best level. Come down to about 90 cents, a nice solid round number as well. Could come down to this, or obviously down here. But again, I am expecting this level to this level. I reckon this is going to be the bottom level. This is the 618 of obviously wave 3. And then I reckon, yeah, we're going to have one last push to the upside for your wave um, 5. I also want to show as well quickly. So let's just say hypothetically, I will obviously be making another educational video. If we do get right, let's say we start obviously coming up now, and we start really impulsing to the upside, right? I will be making around here, I will be making another educational video showing you what I'm expecting. I'm just showing you now. So it's either the bottom here, in my opinion, or you've got another little bit to downside, and then obviously we're going to be going. Like I said, break of the previous wave 4, and that's when I will be long. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you what I will be seeing in terms of, well, how I really judge the 5th waves. So let me just leave this in here. So there's a few things what we do. Right, so number 1. I like to, there's a fair few bits. What we've got, this is how I judge the 5th waves, right? I've got all these in there, and I'll just leave them, I don't need to. Because this wave 3 was pretty extended, again with this, right, if you put this on this, you've broke the channel. So you've broke, let me just show you this as well, just quickly. So on the, I'll go on the 4 hour, it might look a little bit cleaner on the 4 hour. So with this, what you've got, right, is your wave 1. To be honest, you probably could say that is the bottom. So what I like to see with wave 4s, right? Wave 3s, you want to see, this is how you can change between corrective and obviously impulsive. You get a beautiful surge for, sometimes you can get a 1-2, a 1-2, and then a beautiful surge for the third of the third, breaking out of your base channel, which is your wave 1 to wave 2, going all the way up, right? But with this, you didn't even get that. You didn't even get a 1-2, 1-2. Again, this could still be your 1-2, 1-2, but again, I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying I'm not. That's my second count. My main count is obviously your wave 1, your wave 3, your wave 4, and your wave 5, right? What you've got is you've come back. Either you come back to normally the midpoint of the channel. I never ever want to see this get broke. If the bottom of the channel gets broke, then obviously we reassess. I either want us to come back to the midpoint of the channel and go for the 5th wave, or that's if you mainly get like a running flat structure or like an expanded flat structure. So you can get something like this. So let's say you had a running flat, you put this to this. Yeah, let's just say we keep it like that. Look, you've come back to the midpoint. So let's say you got like a 1, an A, B, and a C. So wave 1 to wave 2, and then your wave 3 would finish here, and then wave 4 would come back to the midpoint. I like to see a midpoint if I get a different corrective structure than a deep corrective structure, but if I get a deep corrective structure, then I like to see obviously the outside of the channel get obviously tapped, and that's where we are now. We're sitting on obviously the base channel just outside of the base channel, so this looks great in terms of obviously higher up. Of it as well, my favorite trade is a wave 4 because you've got the most probability, in my opinion. You've come up for the 3rd wave, and I know that, well, wave 1, this is either, in my opinion, because of obviously, look at this, right? Does this tell me, even on arithmetic scale, does that, like, does this look like it's in this leg? You can technically say it does to an extent, but then when you put it on log, does that look like it's in this leg? No, it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? It does not look like it's in this leg, it's impulsing. So again, what you've got, your risk to reward is unreal. You've either got a 1-2, a 1-2, and you're absolutely flying, or you've got a 1-2, a 3, a 4, and then you've got your fifth wave. So either way, in my opinion, you've got realistically, I'd say a 99, a very very high probable. I don't want to say 99, but let's say 80-90% chance of. Do you know what I mean? And we work on probabilities. You've got a very high possibility of this having one more leg, if not a lot more room. But yeah, again, it's an educational video, so I'm on rants, but hopefully you're learning stuff if you don't know fuck all about Elliott wave analysis. So, like I mentioned, I either like using log or I obviously don't use log, and it all depends on I use both, log or arithmetic scale. But you've come back and you've tested this. So again, this is either the bottom or you're going to come back into the 1.618 and obviously the 0.618 of wave 3. You're going to come back down, and yeah, I'm just going to show you how I like to judge the top of my fifth waves as well, right? So I'm just going to get rid of this base channel. You can also put an acceleration channel in as well, where you put wave 1 to wave 3. In this case, you can't really do it that well because wave 2 is huge, but let's say wave 2 finished, let's say here. You do wave 1 to wave 3, and then you butt it up to wave 2. Let's say wave 2 finished here, so wave 1 to wave 2, wave 3, right? And then a break of that shows that this is wave 4. You can see it anyway, but again, it's just giving you more guidelines. It's just a guideline. But this looks beautiful for an expanded flat. It looks great. And obviously, I've been expecting this sharp decline as well once we didn't get the triangle and we got with 1.382, expecting a sharp decline, and you normally get a 1.618, and obviously it does match up with the 0.618 of wave 3. Whew, right. So, a couple of ways. Let's say that's the end, right? Jesus, let's go on the daily. This is how I like to do it. So you got your wave 2, so let's say your wave 4, and then let's say you've got this like this, right? What I want to see is in this case it is quite difficult, so I probably wouldn't be looking at this as much because I mean, with this, what I would be looking at, I like to see us tap the top of the channel, but to be honest, I can't really see that happening. What in this case, what I would like to see is us come to the midpoint of the channel. That's what I would like to see. I'd like to realistically see us come to the midpoint of the channel. So I'll put this channel back on later at a later date in a minute just to really show you. But let's say that is the bottom, or let's say we come a little bit lower. It doesn't really matter. Let's just say, yeah, we just come. Yeah, I'll just leave it. Let's just say that is the bottom, or yeah, just let's say it's there. In this case, I don't think we're going to come up to the top of the channel. It just doesn't really look plausible because it'd look huge compared. Again, you could, but I'm not expecting that to really happen. Again, it's a possibility, but I'd like to really see us just come back to the midpoint of the channel, somewhere around this region. And that's obviously just one little bit of just a bit of guideline of how I'd really be looking at the fifth wave. So midpoint of the channel, either on log. Well, I'd have to, let me just have a look at this again. Let's see if we can, this might be better actually. Maybe. Oh no, it's not going to be. It could be. Yeah, could be. Or you could obviously be looking at it like this on log. And then you could be coming up and wait for us to, no. No. Sorry, I do apologize. Again, it's probably just going to be the same. You come back up to the midpoint of the channel. All right. But I should have showed you this bit last, to be fair. I do apologize. I should have gone through all the fibs first. But yeah, you draw 2 to 4 and then extend it to the higher wave 3, right? Now, in terms of everything else, what I like to do is a golden section where you go from the start of the pattern, from the start of the impulse, you put the 618, you can use all three of these. You put the 618 to where you think wave 3 finishes, where wave 4 finishes. So let's say we think it's finishing here. I don't know it. Again, when I make another update video, I'll be able to really gauge the top. I'm just showing you now. But let's say we do come down and have one more test. We're going to go off this level. We'll go off the 1.618 level, right? So I like to put a 618 here. Now, can we have a fifth wave that finishes here? We can, yes, but would it be very small if we just go up to here? Sorry, let me just quickly show you. Right, so I like putting the 618 where previous wave 4 finishes, and that's where the top of, let's say, the whole pattern divides into, this is 0.382 in between here, and then all of this from here to here is 0.618. From there is 0.618, and from here to here is 0.382. Hopefully that makes sense, right? It splits into obviously your golden section, right? Now, can we come up to this region? We can, yeah, and it wouldn't even be truncated because this isn't the top of wave 3, this is. So technically, you're actually making a new high. You could come there, but does it look right if you get a mini fifth like that when you've had a big wave 1 and a big wave 3? Does that look right? It doesn't look right. So what would I do? You can also, I like using the 0.50. Now, that looks reasonable, 1.41. It actually looked at the same point of the channel as well, if you remember me showing before. Let's say we come here to wave 3. So you could be coming in at about this point here. So you could come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, does that look right? In my opinion, I think that looks great. 5 is the shortest wave, which often does happen. Again, I'm just showing more confluence and stuff. Or what you can do is you can do it in reverse. So instead of the 0.618 being there and this section here be divided of 0.382 and this big bit of 0.618, you can put the 0.382 here, right? But does that look probable? Again, it could happen. You could get a large fifth and you could come all the way up here. Now, what gives me more? So how do I really judge it? So it's not just that. What you want to see when you get an extended third, which is more than obviously your 1.6, well, and a 1.618, or obviously more, so 1.618 or more, you want to see wave 1 be the same high, sorry, wave 5 be the same high as wave 1, right? So you've got that there. Let's put that there because that's where, let's say, hypothetically, we're using the wave 4 to finish. You either want to see a 1.618 or a 1-to-1 measured move, or a 1-to-1 measured move. Now, what's quite interesting with this is, if you see, I've not actually done this, I'm literally doing this in real time, right? What's interesting with this is you've got this area here, which I just mentioned, does it look probable? You've actually got this area here, which looks like it's got the most confluence, right? Again, it wouldn't be truncated. So you just keep playing around with it. So you've got that there. What about that there? Yeah, you could have it at the 0.50 and obviously have it up here. So you've got two areas here. You've got one here, and obviously you've got this region here. You've got, what about up here? Yeah, that's way too big. That's not going to be. Yeah, you've got one area here. You've got one area here. Also, what I like to see is, and also you can get it normally is a 1-to-1 measured move. So this is the highest outcome, I think, in terms of what we just measured there for a 1-to-1 measured move of wave 1, right? You can also get a 0.618 of wave 1, but again, there's nothing. Do you really think we're going to get? You can get a truncate. This would be truncated because that's wave 3. Could we come up here? But again, it wouldn't look right. Plus, you don't really want to see a truncation. They're pretty rare. They can happen, but you don't know it's happening until it's happened, because you think you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just expect that to be, instead of a fifth wave, you'd expect it to just be the first wave. But I have seen it times where it has been truncated, and then obviously you get your big ABC. But how I would see that in real time is that's just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just your wave 1, your wave 2. Do you know what I mean? That still wouldn't have the right look, so you probably would see that as a truncated wave, right? Also, what I want to see is, so I'll just take this off. Hopefully I'm not going too quick, but it's been quite a long video already, so I'm just trying to speed things up. And then you've got, so that there. I also want to see what else. I can also judge wave 1 to wave 3. Let me just quickly take this off, right? In fact, I'm going to keep this on, right? So put this here. I want to see a 0.618, 0.50 or a 0.382 of the wave 1 to 3. To be honest, you can even have, oh no, you can't do that, doesn't matter. Right, so again, what else have you got, right? You've got another level here, the 0.618 of wave uh, 0 to wave 3. This is obviously what we're measuring right now, right? So this is what this is. Let me just quickly get this off. Right. So you've got one level there, you've got one level here, and obviously another level here. Right. So these are all the levels that you're going to be working with. Now, this is where it gets quite interesting. You have got a fair few different levels. Let me just see if the 0.50, did I put that on? Yeah, that's that level. And then what about the 0.382? Yeah, that's quite high up. Let me just go back. What about the one? No, wait, I'll just go forward. I'll just leave it as that. So this is when things get quite interesting, right? I think you even had two levels up here at the 1.728. I think you even had two levels there, but let me just quickly, 1 second. Let me just quickly just do that, put that there, and then go for a 1.618. Nah, you don't. Nah, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So what you've got here, right, is you've got, let's just say that this is, again, this is hypothetical. So this might not be the bottom. We could come a bit lower, we could come a little bit lower. We could come a little bit lower, then all these levels change. All these levels probably won't even be the levels anyway, because I'm going bang on this 1.618. It could be and then go, or this could be the bottom and all these are different. I'm just again showing hypothetical. Or we come down here and all these are a lot lower. Do you know what I mean? Or we go with, let's say, these 4 levels of confluence up, 4 levels up there, then you think, do you know what I mean? You'd think it's up there. But this is, you go with Fibonacci clusters. Now, what's a little bit frustrating with this is, I actually hope that this was going to play out a little bit better, but you've really got a few different levels. I mean, you've got 4 levels to play with, so really, I was hoping it was going to be a little bit better, to be honest. But again, you've got a few levels to play with. So how I would go off with this is I'd literally go off my last bit of evidence, which would be this. I'd really just go for a midpoint tap. Really, I'd go for a midpoint tap of that. What am I doing? I'd go for, yeah, maybe coming down, back down, and then I'd be going for, like a midpoint tap really. I'd just be probably expecting us to come up here, or again, if it takes its time, come up to this level here and just wait. Really, just wait until we come and tap the middle point of that. That is how I would be judging it, realistically. Let me just quickly change this. Let me see if this alters anything. Let's say that goes there and that there. It's pretty similar, really. Again, because you'd have these levels coming out here, 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 and here. You've got 3 Fibonacci clusters. What's nice and what you want to see most of the time is, so you come back down and let's say you come up 1, 2, 3, 4, and you 5, come back to like a midpoint, and then we come back down. So I can't judge it just quite yet, but this is just an educational video of what I'm seeing so far. But I think you're getting a great opportunity of a long position up and coming. But yeah, what you want to see really is, I'm just going to get rid of all these. I don't need them on now because I don't know where the wave actually finishes. But what you want to see is obviously you want to see like one lot of like Fibonacci cluster, a Fibonacci cluster where a lot of your points, let's say, all finish at one's here, like one's here and one's here. Do you know what I mean? Then you've got an area of 140 between 133. You've got a nice box where and honestly, a lot of the time Fibonacci clusters they're unbelievable. Like a lot of the time it comes in. That's what you want. So number one, you want a lot of Fibonacci clusters. More, you want 2 or more. 2, yeah. 3, again, you're just building a stronger case. If I had something like this would still be fine. But again, I like it when you've got one area and everywhere else is all over the place like that, because, well, your highest probable point is going to be around here. Do you know what I mean? Now, what is also fine is, like, then I had 3 areas. I had 3 areas and all had 2 points. So it's quite, again, I'd just really try and judge it with 5 waves going up and obviously the midpoint of that channel. Do you know what I mean? You've got your midline. I'd like to see something like that, and that's what I'd use. But in terms of this, because I'm expecting this to be a 1, 2, or 3, or 4, and then obviously your fifth, I would like it again. Like I said, 3 points, 2, or even 2, and everything else be all over the place. Or it'd be fine if I had, let's say, like 1, 2, 3, and then obviously you've got 2 areas there. That's still fine because you could still come here or you could still come here. Again, you might not come to any of these, but I'd like to say that's not rare. I'd say it's unlikely. You can't judge. Fifth waves can literally be absolutely fucking parabolic. But yeah, again, you're just building a strong case. But that's just really just educational, really, on what I'm seeing for CRV. The chart looks absolutely unbelievable, really, and yeah, I think the chart looks great. But I'm really just waiting for this to finish off, to be honest. It looks like we're going to get another leg down. Again, you could have here, this could be your bottom, and then this could just be an ABC. In fact, this probably looks like, I know I'm jumping on the 5-minute here, but yeah, it looks like you might be getting even just, that could, again, it could still be in a triangle. I don't really know yet. I'm just sort of waiting until we break this previous wave for a 1 less a degree, but yeah, it looks great. This is a flat, beautiful flat. And the reason why I don't think we come down here really low, and I do think it is a 1, 2, 3, and 4, is again going on like the structure of it. So if this A is, like I have seen a lot of the time where B is pretty big, and then obviously you get your C, which is similar in like to your A. But yeah, the reason why I don't want to see it come all the way down is because you'd have an A, a B, and then this C. It would be pretty big compared to your A and your B. Again, it can happen, but again, the most likely outcome is that this is finishing up. It's either finished up or you're finishing up very soon to that 1.618 or the 0.382, and then you got another leg up. But yeah, it looks absolutely brilliant. I will be bringing another video on this. It's 37 minutes long, so I do apologise it took the piss. But if you can, like, comment, subscribe, get it out there. I say that twice in every video. I hope it's not annoying, but it helps out. And that's it, really. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I know I've not been mentioning that or uploading that much on Twitter lately. I've just been busy, and obviously I'm making videos instead. So hopefully, yeah, you like them. Any feedback's beneficial as well. But yeah, I'll be making another video once I see something like this. Like that. Once I get something like that, I'll be making a video around this third wave, and then we'll be obviously trying to judge the top based on where this finished. So anyway, all good, peace. Thank you very much. If you need me, obviously message me on Twitter. Yeah, all good, peace.